All right, everybody, it's time to get some sales tips from my good friend Rich Norton today. How you doing today, Rich?
I'm doing excellent. Great to talk with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to have you on the podcast here. So, Rich, I know you've been in sales for a long time. You could maybe even give us the 30-second version of your kind of career. I know before with encyclopedias and things. And what I was hoping you could do for us today is talk about when you think about the sales process itself and the different steps that you go through and just kind of trying to get that emotional state of the prospect to the point that they're ready to move forward. Break that down for us. How do you view this kind of science of sales when you're out there talking to a merchant?
Yes, most people get caught up in all the products and the different services. I was talking to one of our field leaders yesterday, and he goes, "Man, I'm teaching all these people all these new things about our consumer choice program, about our surcharge program, traditional processing, all the gateways, and they're going out there and they're not able to present them because they're not having any sales
Right.
training at all. So we can teach all the products, all the different services, but we really don't break down the most important part is learning how to sell. And for
Yeah.
me, as you alluded to, I've been doing this since 18 years old, answered an ad in the paper, have fun, make money. And I found myself selling encyclopedias door to door on commission and did that for many, many years. And to me, the best training in the world is to get out there and pound the pavement and
Yeah.
learn about rejection, learn about failure and how to overcome that, understanding that we have to embrace that, and that's all part of the process. So when it comes down to sales, a lot of times we're giving a presentation and we have no flow to what we're doing. We're thinking about the pitch. We got to go out and pitch the people. And we don't want to pitch people. We want to find out what their pain points are, and we want to find out what's going to be the best solution for their pain point. A lot of representatives that I've been speaking with that have been calling me, they're like, all I do is do cash discount. That's all. I'm trying to convince them to sell cash discount because I'm going to make a lot of money and I want them to get cash discount because it's going to benefit them. Well, what happens if that's not a good program for them? And they say to us, James, I'm not going to charge my customers at all. We're not going to say, what are you, foolish? Don't you want to save money? We're going to agree with them. We're going to say, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that tells me that you care about your customers. So my hat is off to you. So when it comes down to uh, this program that you're talking about, I broke it down into four different things, and it's called AIDA. And it starts out with attention. The first thing that you need to do when you're visiting with a prospect is you got to grab their attention. How do we do that? Get to know them, get them to like you. Because if they like you, they're going to listen to you. If they're going to listen to you, they're going to begin to trust you. That's all of the process. And then the second thing is I is interest. We have to captivate their interest, and we have to find out, as I was just speaking about, what is going to be the best program for the merchant. How do we find that out? Ask questions. And then when we ask the questions, we have to listen. The best salespeople are the best listeners. Many representatives, they ask questions, but they're pitching and then they're thinking about, okay, I'm not even listening. What's the next thing I have to say? What's the next thing that I have to say?
Yeah.
So you have to captivate their interest. And just from finding out what their pain points are, you are going to come up with a solution. And then the next part is the D, which is desire, and you're creating the desire to have this program. For example, what are the benefits? It could be saving money. Now, it's not always about saving money, as we know, but it's about value. As you're explaining a different program, whether it's a product with a gateway or something that's going to do invoicing, something that is very important to them, and asking them questions. What do you think would benefit your business? What are some of the things that you'd like to have which would promote your business? So you're creating that desire to have this program. And then the A stands for action. A lot of times we will give this dynamic presentation and we don't know how to close them at all. And that's where the action comes in. When I get down to the end, I'll do a summary of everything and I'm going to assume the close. For example, starting today, James, this is going to be your new program. And as you can imagine, as I stated earlier, my job is easy. That's why I'm out here helping so many people, getting referrals left and right, because everybody loves this program. So here's what's going to happen. Starting today, and I'm using expressions like that, from this day forward, starting today, from now on, this is what's going to happen. Today is Tuesday. You're going to get the equipment in a few days. You get to see my face again. We're going to come back. We're going to walk you through setting everything up. We're going to help you get rid of what you have right now. And we're going to start with your program right away. All I'm going to need from you today is a copy of your driver's license and a check. I can either get a copy of a check, or I have a scanner, which I can take a picture. What works better for you? And that's all part of taking action. And that's what I call the science of selling.
I love it, Rich. Yeah, it's so good. And I think ultimately, one of the big takeaway for me too is top salespeople have a process and they understand the process. They're not doing things by accident. When you're actually selling in a selling situation and you're a top salesperson, that's one of the big differences. And Rich, what I think is so interesting to me is I think newer salespeople, less experienced salespeople, they don't understand that. And they'll see somebody like you, they might even go in the field with you and see you make a sale. And it's like, okay, well, that was kind of cool. But they don't understand that like every little thing that you did had an intention behind it. There was a reason. You're trying to help that merchant to make the right decision and steer them in the right direction. And it's an
Exactly.
intentionality that I think a lot of newer agents lack. So for those who want to talk to you more, Rich, or they want to talk to your team and maybe get some advice and look at joining a team that has coaching that can help them along the way, where would you send them to learn more?
Yes, we are here for your success. That's my passion, is to really teach people how to be incredibly successful. I love it when people call me up and they say, Rich, you told me I'd get to 25,000 a month in residuals at this point. Thank you. I made it. Well, let's go to the next level. So that's where my passion is at. So reach out to me at 904-434-4635, or you can email me at payrock, Payroc, Rich Norton at gmail.com.
Awesome. Always a pleasure, Rich. Thanks so much.
Thank you.